share that one. And we go here. All right. And as always, I always do the same introduction. Money Making Mondays, hosted by yours truly, Brittany Francis Holland. That is my email address if you guys have any questions. Feel free to connect with me on social media. Those are all my social media platforms. I am officially a TikToker. I forgot. I'm a TikToker now. I think I posted one video. Yeah, it's too much going on with all this social media, but I am a TikToker. I gotta add that. Tonight, we are talking about maximizing profits. Tonight, we're going to be talking about maximizing profits in the beauty industry. The beauty industry, I didn't realize how big this industry is. So if you could get a corner of it, you are going to do very well in life. Because it's a big industry with a lot of potential for upside and growth. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, graduated from St. John's University in Queens, New York. I'm the owner of Francis Financial Services. Been in the industry for 15 years. Love what I do, passionate about helping families stabilize their finances and achieve their financial goals. Little fun fact about me, I worked in the same building as Bernie Madoff. No, I do not practice scams. I do not practice schemes. If I practice scams and schemes, guess what? I would be a gazillionaire by now because I would be perfect at it. But I'm happy where I am, blessed where I am, but I do not practice scamming people. Personal life, that's a little bit about me, my family. Love what I do, love my family. Oh, we're in a new month of Bible studies. If anybody want to jump on the Bible study calls, this month we are talking about the quarterback, how to remain calm in the pocket, how to remain calm under pressure. So many times we get frazzled, we get up, right? So these are situations where we're going to learn to master the calmness, master just, resting, knowing that the play is going to unfold, everything's going to work out. We just got to be patient and trust the playbook. That's where we at. Tonight, or the lineup for the month of May for Money Making Mondays, we have yours truly, who is here tonight, my bestie, my boo, Roselynn Horton, aka Tink, aka Glam Goddess herself, who is the owner of the Sweet Spots by Jordan Haley. Tonight we're going to focus on turning your passion into profit by owning salon suites or developing your own line in the beauty products. You don't have to have a whole suite. Maybe you're going to have a lip gloss line or a eyelash line or whatever, right? But you have the opportunity to do that, and she's done it, so she's going to give us the playbook tonight. I got razzle dazzle tonight. I got a little sparkly because we have the goddess here, so I had to put a little shimmer on tonight. So on the 12th, May 12th, and then week after next, we have Christy Kettinger. She is one of the annuity business development managers at Global Atlantic, which is a financial service company. They specialize in annuity contracts. And so with Christy, her focus is because, a lot of us, our people, we don't understand annuities. We don't understand what that stuff is all about. So she's going to come in and she's going to bring in a 101 lesson. We're going to make sure she don't go up to the, escalated understandings. We're going to stay on the ground level so that we understand the power of annuities and how we can take control of our financial futures. And we're going to learn how annuities can be a long-term investment and can provide stability, security, and predictable income for retirement. I just ran an illustration for today for a young lady, putting around $20,000 in an annuity today, and by the time she retires in about 30 years, not adding any more money, but just because of the growth of the market, her annuity is going to be at roughly about 90,000 by the time she retires. Hey, if they can do it, we can do it. Okay. Then last but not least, on the 19th, we have Mr. Lawrence Knuckles. He is a guru in the AI realm. He is the owner of AI for Better Living, and he is going to help us unlock the power of AI, to streamline operations and to drive innovation in our businesses. It's so many pieces of what to run a business. Is so much going on, right? You got social media marketing, um you got clients, you got to keep up with clients, you got to send out emails, you got to do all this. So he's going to show us how AI can streamline these processes so that we can stay ahead of the competition, maximize our business, and harness AI intelligence to drive smarter growth, right? And not even stuff that we got to do with our own hands, just using technology to do that. So I don't know about y'all, but it's going to be real good. It's going to be real good for the month of May. So tonight, we are focusing on the beauty industry. So what is the beauty industry? The beauty industry refers to the sector of the economy focused on products and services that help people improve or maintain their physical appearance. It includes wide ranges of businesses and categories such as cosmetic, makeup, skincare, hair care, fragrances, nail care, beauty services, men's grooming, cosmetic surgery, aesthetic treatments, plastic surgery, dermatology, non-invasive cosmetic procedures. The list goes on and on. So listen, think about what niche could you even get into, right? In the skincare, there's a whole lot there. The beauty industry, we break it down. The average annual beauty spending by age group, according to Statista, the average yearly expenditure on beauty products in the U.S. by age group is as follows. Millennials, that's the group I'm in, right? Millennials, ages 27 to 42, we spend about $2,600, $2,670 on beauty products a year. Gen Z, ages 18 to 26, they spend about $2,048, right? Gen X, so that's our age groups between 43 to 58. They spend about $1,500 a year on beauty products. And baby boomers, so baby boomers are ages 59 to 77. They're on the low end, right? They around $494. They said been there, done it. But as you see, household spending, that's a lot, right? A year. So in the beauty industry, based on gender-based spending patterns, women on average, women spend approximately $3,756 annually on the beauty products and services, with monthly around $313 or so. Men, haircuts is going up for men, right? You know, haircuts is kind of expensive now. Now you can't get like a $20 cut no more, for real. Men's grooming is getting up there. It's about $2,928. That's roughly about $244 a month, on what men are spending on their beautification. And so what does that mean for our, African American Black folk? So Black Americans spent approximately, listen to this number, honey, listen to it, $9.4 billion in 2023, $9.4 billion on beauty products, accounting for about 14.4% of the US population. That's our population. So we only 14% of the population, but we spent $9.4 billion on the beauty industry. This group demonstrates a strong preference for categories like fragrance, skincare, and often outspending the average consumer in these areas. Okay. So tonight we have the glam goddess herself, my best friend, my the one who probably knows most everything about me. She was the the maid of honor in my wedding. She helped plan my baby shower. She go all the way back to Toledo days. Just a wonderful person, a mother, a hard worker, great friend, awesome family member, and is great at networking and connecting resources in the community. And so, with no further ado, I'm going to introduce to some, present to others, Roselynn Horton of the Sweet Spots by Jordan Haley. So let's give it up for Rose.
I was looking for the theme music so I could do my Ellen DeGeneres march.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I just so funny you said that. I just had a dream about Ellen. I don't know why I was dreaming about Ellen, but it was 2 nights ago. Anyways, so yeah, I got a bit. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent. Hi, Rose.
Hi everyone. How is everybody doing?
We're wonderful.
Okay. All right.
We are wonderful.
You want me to? Okay, well, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I'll keep it brief. I'm a graduate of the University of Toledo, where I met Brittany. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, well, Maple Heights, but it's all basically the greater Cleveland area. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I own Salon Suites. I'm an educator. I'm a public speaker, and I'm a believer. And I'm here today to give you guys some inside scoop on the beauty industry and how to maximize your finances within the beauty industry, and also how to leverage your finances for your future. So today I'm going to be on the hot seat with Miss Frances Holland, my bestie, and we're going to go through some questions about my experience and my expertise in the beauty industry.
Yeah. Awesome sauce. I'm looking on this call right now, and it's amazing because mostly everybody on here is in the Cleveland area. I don't know why my business, from when I started in the mortgages to this, is Cleveland. I think I just need to go get a property in Cleveland and just call Cleveland my second home, because all my people love Cleveland.
It's playoff season. It's a great time to be alive in Cleveland.
I know, right? But anyway, so listen, can you share your journey into the beauty industry and what inspired you to become an esthetician?
Okay, y'all know I talk a lot, so I took notes, so I'm gonna make it short. So when I first started as a little girl, my mom, she sold Mary Kay. And I used to hate helping her go set up her party. She would have me setting up her parties and collecting the cash and all that. And I used to hate, I said, I'm never wearing this makeup. And the makeup didn't match their face. And it was just awful at the time. So when I first got into the beauty industry, well, I was first exposed to the beauty industry at a very young age. I think I was about 11 or 12. And then fast forward, when I went off to college, I had a friend, she was doing nails, and one day I was in her bathroom doing my lashes, and another girl, she was like, can you do mine? And I'm like, sure. So I was putting on people's lashes around campus and stuff. And at the time, I was just doing it because people was asking me to do it. And so one day a lady called me. She said, hi, I'm such and such. Would you, can you do my lashes? And I was like, sure. I was like, you can meet me here at such and such time. And so she was like, well, how much you charge? And I was like, how much do I charge? Because I was just doing it, and it took off from there. And I graduated a little bit later because I was still kind of unsure of what I wanted to do. And when I came home from college, I was in that wave of, you could get a job, but you weren't really getting the job that you felt you deserved after you've committed so much time in college. So I was doing lashes on the side, as well as working as a dialysis technician and medical billing and coding specialist at Cleveland Clinic, which I hated. I hated somebody telling me when to get up, when I could take off. I just felt like having a job for me took too much autonomy from me. So I got pregnant, and I said, I was on the FMLA because I was so sick in the beginning, and I started doing lashes on the side, and it took off from there. I didn't even know that what I was doing in college would be that skill would, land me where I am today. So that's basically how I got started. And I kind of knew how to do parties and talk to people and network, because as a kid, I would have lemonade stands, garage sales, because my mother she collects items, everything. So I would go in there, I need
Don't be
money.
talking about my mama Rose.
I would
Stop. We
be
heard a lot of
I'd
this.
be selling her stuff, trying to earn extra money, because we just had enough money to move out of the inner city. We didn't have, the finances to put me through this special activity or buy me a pair of shoes every time I wanted to. So as a kid, I just did it. And then all those things was like repeat when I started doing lashes. And then I went on to get my esthetician license later on in the game, because Ohio changes laws all the time. So I went and got my esthetician's license, and I've been doing it ever since.
Nice, nice. Awesome journey. So what motivated you to open up your own salon suite rather than working, in a traditional salon or working out of your house? What inspired you to do that?
Well, it was two things. The first thing is I'm a shop kid. My aunt, my mother's sister, she used to do my hair growing up. So I was in the shop a lot, and I watched, growing up in the shop in the 90s, it was like we was modeling the clothes that was there, it was clothes. It wasn't just hair. So I knew that the beauty industry had a lot more to offer than just the trade aspect of it, like actually providing a service. You can provide a good, you can manufacture a good, because I grew up in the shop, and that's where I started modeling different stuff in the shop, a hairstyle, hair shows and stuff. So and then once my aunt became ill, and she uh was diagnosed with lupus, so she couldn't perm hair anymore. She couldn't use some of the chemicals, and she had to go back to working after putting in about 25-30 years into the beauty industry. And then I couldn't figure out, I'm like, why are you working like this? Like, she had no retirement. Nobody talked to her about her finances, as far as just being a booth renter, and understanding the responsibility that you have and that you owe to your finances when you become an entrepreneur. So that was one thing that motivated me. The second thing was my children. Having generational wealth. So quick backstory, I live in my grandparents' house. So that the opportunity that I have, or the advantage that I have a lot over a lot of people, is that I did not have to worry about rent. And with that being said, I wanted to pass something like that on to my children, an asset as well as a future. And I knew that I needed to leverage my finances. I need to make more money to afford to take care of me, like being able to pay for medical expenses on my own, being able to go into the dentist and paying for a crown or implant, because I'm 41 now. I'm going to need some work done at some point. Being able to fully financially afford the life that I had when I was working. So although you can do the same thing as a booth renter, time became of the essence. I wanted to maximize my 24 hours in a day. And I'm not only a salon owner, I'm a mother, I'm a partner, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, I'm a best friend. So I wanted to be able to have autonomy over how I made my money. So I want to be able to go to sleep and still make money. So those things, having my children and watching my aunt go back to work. She's working right now back in the salon in her late 60s. Is something that I don't want to do. And I'm not saying that as in a negative space. I'm saying it in the space of you learn from what you see. And having salon suites has afforded me that opportunity to pay my life insurance, to build my retirement within that, to be able to go to the dentist and not rely on Medicaid and Medicare, which in the state of the world we're in today, you can't rely on your government to do anything for you. And I think that that's very important, especially in our community, because we have come from generations and generations of social welfare. Not to say anything is wrong with it, because I've been a recipient of it as well. But we need to get to the space where we're working our way out of it instead of making our surrounding our lives around it as a blanket. So, those things, my future and my children really motivated me to, step out there and do something on a bigger scale.
That's awesome. Now, tell us, where are you located? Where?
I'm located in Bedford, Ohio's beautiful historical district is known as downtown Bedford. My address is 637. So I have a double space. It's 637 or 639 Broadway Ave, Bedford, Ohio, 44146. Our business hours are Sunday and Monday by appointments only, because everybody is their own entity within inside the space. And the normal walk-in hours to see if you can, walk in with one of the entrepreneurs, one of the beauty trailblazers. I like to call them beauty trailblazers. Is Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 7.
Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 7. Awesome. Beautiful spot. Very right. If you can see, Tink's style, right? Her style is very retro, eclectic, very just Hollywood slash Jamaican slash Afro neo soul slash Hollywood glam. So when you walk into that atmosphere, that is exactly what you experience. It's a beautiful location. Just very proud of how beautiful it is, right? It's just a representation of her personality. Okay, awesome sauce. Let's keep going. In the chat, y'all liking this? Y'all liking this conversation? Y'all give me thumbs up. Give me some energy to let me know y'all still with us. Come on. They got okay. We got a hand clap. All right, we got somebody still with us. Oh, we got some celebrations. Okay, so let's keep going. So what's the advantage of owning a salon suite versus, compared to some other business models, or having a salon, or
the advantage of having salon suites is that you don't have to, okay, depending on how you're set up. Mine's are a little different. They're more unique how I'm doing it. But the basic salon suite, the advantage is that you don't have to worry about too much leadership. Like, everybody's their own boss, everybody's their own entity within inside the space. So you're just basically providing them a space to work. They're responsible for their marketing. They're responsible for everything that's associated with their business. So the relationship that you build with the other entrepreneur becomes the focus, because then you're able to build relationships. So that's another advantage of a salon suite. You get to build relationships that are similar to yours, and then you can create marketing ideas. You can create content, which is very popular now. You can do a whole lot of collaborations and different events. You have the advantage of just going to that person that's next to you, or a few doors down, or however your salon suite is constructed. You have that direct access to them, versus just being able to reach somebody solely via social media or email. Although people still perform formal business, like they'll say, we'll email me, we'll discuss it. You still have direct contact, and you're able to build your brand off other people as well. So just say, for instance, okay, I do lashes, and there's a girl in there that does hair. We may share the same client, which makes it easier for the client or customer when they're scheduling their appointments. So not only is there advantage for the owner and the entrepreneur, but you're also satisfying the customer because you're keeping it very feasible for them to make their appointments.
Mm.
Another advantage is the money. The money is great. The money can afford you different things that you need to have in life that's very important. You know, like I mentioned before, the life insurance, the medical insurance, you know, the business insurance, you know, although paying for daycare is expensive. You may not qualify to get daycare vouchers. So just having that extra money to be able to reach, you know, a financial goals is basically the difference between even booth renting and owning salon, whether it's a salon suite or a salon. So the difference between a salon suite and a salon is in a salon, well, I'm gonna go back to the 90s because this salon suite is newer. This is something that came about maybe in the early 2000s. So in the salon, you know, it was a team effort. It was more of, you know, a mentorship and a internship, you know, because a mentorship is like you're walking through somebody through, you're holding their hand. The internship is like you're showing them the trade. So a mentorship is a little bit deeper than an internship. A mentorship is actually being emotionally and mentally available to the other entrepreneur or other beauty individuals. The internship is just the business of it. Hi, I'm your teacher. This is what you're going to learn. This is your syllabus. This is what we're going to do. A mentor is, how are you doing today? Are you motivated? Where's your mindset? Are you feeling confident about what you're doing? So being a salon owner takes more than just doing hair and just having a team. It takes true leadership. So with the salon suites, you're not as accountable in that area as you would be in a salon. So most people are doing away with salons and they're moving into the salon suites because it's less emotional and mental stress because, you know, being an entrepreneur already comes with that.
Mhm. You know, that's really good. When you were saying that you can use that same concept in different industries,
Correct.
right? So like you're in the beauty industry. So like what type of people, businesses, entrepreneurs are renting out your space?
Okay.
What do they do?
Great. I'm glad you asked that question because I love to show the other entrepreneurs in my space love because that's what's needed in our industry and that's what I like to do. So there's actually eight girls. One set of girls are twins. So the first girl is Emily. Her name is Lash Dreams on Instagram. She does eyelash extensions, but I believe she's a licensed cosmetologist. Then I have Johnny Rose. Her name is Johnny Rose on all platforms. She's a makeup artist and also a cosmetologist. Then I have Janice Boutique. She's her own private showroom. She sells exclusive items. She also does fittings and she does some personal styling. Her name is Janice Boutiques on Instagram. Then I have BB Lounge. They're the twin sisters. So their whole niche is you can get your hair and your nails done at the same time. So you're getting two services done at once. And they do that all in their salon space. Their names is Brittany and Brianna. Then I have Laid by Lex. She's a natural hairstylist. She specializes in locks and natural hairstyles. Then there's Hair Fiend. Her name is Iasia. She's a licensed cosmetologist. She specializes in wigs, frontals, prontos, anything with hair extensions and natural hair as well. And then I have Face by Say. She's a makeup artist. I'm a licensed esthetician and she does makeup. So I believe that's eight girls. And then me, I'm a licensed esthetician and I do eyelash extensions. I teach eyelash courses. I teach in the CMSD school district, which is Cleveland Municipal School District. And I also do a lot of work with the Cleveland Public Library as one of their partner vendors. So I have salon suites as well, but what sets my salon suites apart is I have beginner salon suites. So when I started off working, I worked in a nail shop, and the girl I worked from, she afforded me the opportunity to pay my booth rent on a sliding scale. And it helped me because it allowed for me to, get those business cards, get that branding, get some t-shirts. I went to China to manufacture my own lashes a la carte. Having the booth rent on a sliding scale allowed me to pour back into my business, and still I could still afford my booth rent and still progress instead of just focusing on I gotta pay my booth rent. And I realized that that's the problem in our industry. A lot of people, a lot of girls, men come out and they want these salon suites, but they really can't afford them because they haven't built themselves up and had enough time to, work the plan and do branding. So what I specialize in, I want those new people coming out of the industry, because what I offer is internship and mentorship, which I explained previously, with allowing them to be in their own space and still run their own businesses, but they still have an opportunity. If they run into a problem, if they, get in a jam, they still have a senior person there that can help them and walk them through. And if I can't, I could provide resources for them to reach their next level. So my booth rent isn't as high as everyone else's, and everybody they're on a 2-year contract. And your first year you get a discount. Your second year you max out. Excuse my children in the background if you can hear them. I'm sorry, I couldn't make it back to
No,
my salon suites and to do.
you can't.
But that's my whole thing, because for me that was important, and it just allowed me to, develop and grow. And I think that a lot of times, we look at these salon suites and they want 250 to 300 a week, and it's like, okay, she doesn't have any clientele or not that much clientele. And 9 times out of 10, when you first start, you're working another job. So you want to be able to afford and be able to push yourself without being discouraged and saying, you know what, this isn't for me. I ain't getting no clients. I can't do this. So, that's my passion, to see other people, grow and move on and get their own thing, and then get that other revolving door of new trailblazers coming in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whatever our niche is, it can be transferred to this type of setting if a person wanted to occupy a space,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you were, I'm thinking as you're talking about that, my brain is like, you could have a financial service suite, right?
Yeah.
Where you got different financial service professionals in this, house them, and having opportunity for everyone there. You could do, see, I don't know all the industries, but you could
That's,
potentially,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you could potentially do people in the medical field, right? Just different
Correct. And
suites
that's the
for
beauty
them.
of being in a beginner suite, because in that suite, I can give them the information that I didn't have before, like thinking about retirement. How do you plan to retire from, what if, you get carpal tunnel, which is very common in the beauty industry, and you can't braid anymore? Do you
Mhm.
have a short-term disability policy set up? Do you have insurance on your hands? I mean, look at Mariah Carey put insurance on her legs. Like, this is a real thing. It just isn't at the small business level. This is at millionaire, billionaire levels, So, and I also think that it's important that I expose within my suites, I can expose them to other ways of getting income, because nobody is just doing one thing anymore. Beyonce, she's just not performing, and
Mhm.
she's a billionaire. Oprah just didn't stop at her talk show. You know, Ricky Lake didn't stop when she got kicked off TV. So people are branching off into different industries within being in the beauty industry. And that's the beauty of it, because you can be a nurse and an esthetician, which is called an aesthetic nurse with the A, not an E. And you can do things like Botox fillers and face chemical peels and different medical treatments and skincare that, I mean, it's huge. It's big money in that, because not only are women that age tend to get this, but you have the LGBTQ community. I'm sorry if I got the letters mixed up, but that community that's branching off into it. You have cancer, people that survive in cancer that comes and they get Botox, and even people who have chronic, I believe, don't quote me, migraines or pain, they come to get Botox for different reasons. So the beauty industry is endless when it comes
Mhm.
to wanting to obtain financial freedom. So that's what I want. That's what is encompassed in my salon suites, and I can give though that information to them. So when they do leverage their business, they're already set up and they don't have to go back and run that same lap again like I did. And they can skip that mistake or
Mhm.
just learning experience.
Right. You kind of like paying it forward. That's great. That's awesome. That's really inspiring. And as I keep, saying, it can be transferred. That same philosophy can be transferred to various industries. It just doesn't have to be, beauty industry. It can be in different industries that you're in, housing, a hub, right, where entrepreneurs can come and they can be mentored and they can grow and develop. And then, they paying to be there, then you don't have an overhead. You just enjoying life. So that's awesome. And I am so proud of you, right? I've been there from the grind. So I'm so proud of your growth. Literally, I'm proud of your growth. I'm proud of your commitment and your consistency, because it's not easy. The road to entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not, oh, you can just make your own schedule. No, do you know me making my own schedule? I don't have no clients right now. Ain't no money coming in.
You get up at 4 in the morning for a job, because I'm like, oh, she want to come. I think Aaliyah's on the line. She wanted to come at 7 in the morning one time. I'm like, she want to come at 7 in the morning. I'm thinking, like, I used to get up for Davida at 4 in the morning. I'll be there. See you at 7. So
Yeah.
you do have control over your time, but you also have to check yourself and commit yourself to getting to that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you have to put in the same amount of work that you would for somebody else for yourself. And that's a
Yes.
part of it too. That's a part of the mentorship that I started off in a salon. So it is certain things that you need to go through and to understand in the journey. It's like the entrepreneurship journey it's the same. It may be a different set of circumstance or a different environment, but the journey is the same. The anxiety, not understanding why you have anxiety in the morning, trying to sit down and go to sleep, and you can't go to sleep because you feel like when you sleep you should be doing something, and the only time you can talk on the phone is at night because you got to do stuff from 10 in the morning to 8:30. So you're trying to call people and talk business at 9:30. It's all over the place sometimes. So yeah, I mean, it's important to be a student. You know what I'm saying? I tell other entrepreneurs that, like, it's okay to be a student. You got to be a student sometimes. You got to learn. You got to take that back seat so that you can learn. And what's crazy about me is that I've always loved helping other people, and I never realized how helping other people has led me to networking, has led me to connecting other business relationships with other people. So being a steward and being a student and nesting in that internship and that mentorship that you're getting is real, because once you suck it up and you get it, not only can you apply it to what you're doing, but you can give it to other people and it comes naturally. You won't even know you're doing it. I mean, I'm sitting places just talking. I'm like, oh, call my girl. She that this. Oh, yeah, oh, girl. Okay, we signed up. Stuff like that. So it's just that simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. So let's talk about your brand, because I can talk about this stuff all night. But let's talk about your brand. Tell us about your beauty brand. Why is it unique? Tell me about how did you create your own product line? Um,
Okay,
and how can someone else get started in doing that?
I should have made me a little PowerPoint. I'm gonna know next time. See, this is learning. This is learning. Okay, so the name of my brand is Jordan Haley. I didn't have when I first started doing lashes, I was calling it Fabulash, but this girl had got her LLC and she was branding, and I was so upset, but I didn't have my paperwork right. So how mad could I be? And then I was pregnant. I was like, you know what? Jordan Haley is actually my oldest son's middle name. And I was just like, I'm gonna just use Jordan Haley. It sounds edgy. It could be cross marketed, like it's not too feminine, it's not too masculine. And so I just took it and ran with it. What is my brand? My brand is an innovative fashion hub where we connect people from all walks of the beauty industry together to collaborate and do business. That's what I stand for. I have Jordan Haley Institute. That's my lash course that I've taught all across Ohio. I've taught at places. I taught at the the Board of Cosmetology. I taught at Miami Valley, which is Career Technical School, which is Dayton's cosmetology school. I've taught at Medina's vocational school, which is a vocational high school. And I've taught one-on-one classes and several other places. So that's Jordan Haley Institute. I also teach etiquette classes for the Future Leaders Academy. That is something that is more of my community-based work. That's something I just do because I got asked to do it, but I discovered that I actually liked it. So I just talk to younger girls about proper etiquette and how to carry yourself and just how to become a woman in today's world. I have my own lash brand, so I'll go back to that. I'm trying to remember everything. I got my notes in right here too. So I do lashes, and I got tired of buying my stuff off Amazon because I was picky. Sometimes this lash will work, and then they would change their lash brands. Like for some reason, I was always say these lashes are different. This glue is different. So one day I woke up and I think I called Brittany, and I'm like, I'm about to go to China, and she started laughing at me. And she was like, girl, because I always call her with a crazy idea. If you know me personally,
At 5 o'clock in the morning.
at 5 in the morning. Like, hey man, listen to this. Hello, you don't gotta talk, just listen. So I'm like, I'm getting ready to go to China. She was like, well, when? I'm like, I don't know, any day. So fast forward 3 weeks later, she's like, what you doing? I'm like, girl, I'm riding to Detroit, getting my passport updated because I'm about to go to China. She was like, when you going? I'm like, tomorrow. So I hopped on the plane. I Googled trade shows in China, and I found one, and I hopped on the plane and I went, and I downloaded Google Translator on my phone. I mapped out everywhere I went. I mapped out where I was going to go, how I was going to get there. The first day I was there, I spent the whole day figuring out my route, and I did it with Google Translator. And one girl told me, don't let them charge you for nothing. Show them how much money you have. And that's what I did. And I went in China and I started my product a la carte from the curl. Well, okay, first I bought a whole bunch of samples. So one-on-one fact, never sell the samples that you get directly from the manufacturer without trying them out, because you don't want to diminish your brand's quality by not actually using the products yourself. So I came back with like over 30 something boxes of lashes. I'm like, what do I do now? So I was stressed out, and I'm like, I gotta use them to see the quality. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's gonna take me forever to get this product. But I had to do the work. Out of all 30, only like 3. So fast forward to October 2020, I manufactured my first eyelash line. I sell strips. I had a few individuals. I didn't know how popular individuals still was until I started going back to the hair store and just really getting deep into the industry on the product level side. And I have eyelash extensions as well. So, but the most important thing, it taught me how to go out there and get it. I didn't wait for somebody to middleman me or anything, because I just felt like it was so many gatekeepers at the time in our industry. I felt like everybody wanted, if you're going to charge me for a vendor, I could just go myself. Like, it's not rocket science. It's sitting down and putting in the time and doing the work. And I mean, I stayed up to 4 a.m. some nights figuring out where I was going to go, because I was scared to go to China. I'm like, I'm going to China. I got off that plane. I was like, Brittany, I'm like, I'm really in China. If something happened, I don't have no, it just hit me.
With her afro. She was in
Right.
China with her
I
afro.
stayed for 15 days by myself. I kicked it one night. I'll never do it again, because there is a long story, but I had a nice time. And I have those relationships built to this day, even with the tariffs in disarray. I still have my good relationship, so I'm not getting hit like everybody else. I mean, I'll still have to pay what I have to pay, but they're, lowering their prices for me because of that relationship I've built since 2018. So that's how I created my line. And if you are a person and you were seeking that, I can walk you through it. I can show you how to create your line. I'm not going to charge you for a vendor, because I'm not money hungry like that. I don't really think you get your blessings by charging for every little bitty thing. I'm not, I do it because I like to do it, but I'm not going to do the work for you. I'll, show you how to Google it, set up your hotel, get your visa, get all your stuff, or I can let you have access to my vendor, which it's a little bit different, because in China they're different. Their customs are different, their values. So you would have to like kind of build that relationship with them, because they have a different way of social norms. Meaning, if you going out to the store, you're going to see all women until it's time to pay the cash. Then you'll see the men. Men usually don't have too much conversation with women. The same sex usually they do business together. So those are just some of the things too as well. And just learning products and products lines. And I also use other people's products too, because I don't have the best lashes in Cleveland. I don't have the worst, but I do use other products to go along with my product to insinuate my products. So if somebody, oh, what lashes do you have on her? We have Jordan Haley and Immaculate Lashes. This is a girl in Cleveland that I use. I love her lashes. We have a mixtures of her and mine. You may want to get two. So now I've created business for her and I still made money. So it's just thinking outside the box and creating those business relationships and those collaborations to take your dollar further. And, and those relationships will last you a long time. And I'm elaborating on relationships because in our community, I hate to say this, we don't always establish good relationships. And if a problem arises, we don't want to be humble enough to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I was tripping, or I'm confused. I trip every day. Like every day I trip. For real, like I do. But I'm also the person like, you know what, just give me 1 second. Because I have 50 million things running through my head, or maybe I missed something you said, or maybe I'm in the middle of doing something else. So having conflict resolution skills is very important in our industry, because it's needed to keep long lasting relationships.
Awesome. This is so good. I know I like I said, I could talk about this stuff for hours, but I'm respectful of everybody's time. But it is definitely encouraging to know that, one, if a person on the line wanted to get into the beauty industry, you may not have the gift of doing hair, or your parts may not be straight, you may not be a barber, whatever. There's still areas where you can do. There's still niches that you can get into. Like I said, it's $9.4 billion industry. So if you wanted to get into the distribution part of it, product and distribution, she just stated she can help you. I just put in the chat if you want to fill out some information and wanted to, see what are some options available for how she can coach you into that area. She just stated that she'll be happy to do that. Last but not least, I got 2 questions. You got 1 minute apiece in each
Mhm.
question, team. First thing, are there any new services that you are offering right now, or are you expanding Wealth Builder into any new area within your entrepreneurship journey?
Well, right now I've recently dived into the life insurance business. Um, and mainly because I wanted to be able to wanted to be able to make more money without actually providing a service, like a physical service, like something I have to personally do. So that has been very rewarding for me, as far as building that along with my retirement, which if you want to learn more about that, I'm putting my email in the chat as we speak. So if I'm not directly looking at you, I am multitasking because women are good at that. No, but seriously. So I teach. I'm a part of Wealth Builders. I said that already. And within that, there's a lot of things that you can do within Wealth Builders. It's not just life insurance, it's wealth building. So if you want information on that, you can get with me. I'm putting my email in here and we can discuss that. Also with Future Leaders Academy, which is a nonprofit based organization, and it's communal based to help, our youth and our generation and our future, just getting them prepared and ready for life as it comes to them, with different socioeconomics. And social media has definitely influenced the beauty industry, because now people will just get on YouTube or just get on somebody's Instagram and click, I want a one-on-one class with you, and click it. And then that's where the AI comes in to help you construct that class. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. I see another
That's a lot. You said basically it. That's a lot of pieces. Um,
what would I tell my
and
I'm sorry.
yeah, last thing.
Mhm.
What if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice? One piece of advice. What would it be?
My one piece of advice would be failures are steps to success.
Amen.
And
Pass the collection plate on that.
it was crazy. My baby told me that when the Cavs lost last night, he said, Mommy, it don't matter. Failures are steps to success. I said, "This my baby." And that's when I was thinking, I said, if I would have thought about that at his age,
Yeah.
expectations, don't have any expectations. Just go, just start. Just start. Just start.
Mhm. Just
Don't,
start.
just start. Just
Yep.
and financial literacy, like knowing finances, like knowing how to balance. At the time, you used to balance your checkbook. What? You mean tell me I could write a check and the money ain't gotta? I'm saying, like, when you was in college, like, man, like if I would have knew those things then, when I failed a class, I'm like, man, I ain't good enough. I'm in the class with all these smart kids. What am I doing here? You know, it's just failures are steps to success.
Failures are steps to success. T-shirt. Aaliyah, put that on a t-shirt. There
Aaliyah
you
knows
go.
I was off the hook when I started dialysis. I'm telling you, I am a total different person. So, even just to be in this seat, like being like when you become an entrepreneur, it challenges you to be a better person. Like, I mean,
Yes.
it challenges it's so much conviction in leading other people. And I didn't want this responsibility. Like, I will play the back door all day. I love the back door. I love it. I ain't
Mhm.
gotta do nothing. But what's destined for you is destined for you. And what's calling you is calling you. And the biggest piece of information that I can leave with you guys right now is if you're in the beauty industry, if you're in any entrepreneurial type of if that's what you're doing, take charge of your finances. Because
Mhm.
one day you gonna make 1,000, you can hit the lottery for $1 million and be zero, because it's happened to a lot of people during the pandemic. I know a lot of people that got those PPP loans and did other things with it. Now, I'm not no hater. It's nothing wrong with buying yourself something nice or whatever, but I took advantage of it. And I feel like I am in a way better position financially than I've ever been in my life. So
Mhm.
take charge of your finances, because at the end of the day, cash is not going to be king. So and it's going to be assets and credit.
Mhm. Amen.
Take
And crypto.
in crypto.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Anything that
you
ain't
about to say
paper,
crypto.
it ain't gonna be paper. You ain't gonna be able to feel it and touch it and pass it on. So I mean, that's the conversation. Those are the rooms and things I'm sending. Even working with the library, even working with this Cleveland Municipal School District, like, it's so important, because think about it. Some of our future leaders are aging out of foster care right now, and they don't
Mhm.
know what they're gonna do, but they gotta go. So if
Mhm.
they could have had financial literacy before, or maybe the money that, because they get a check from the state. If they could put
Mhm.
that $12 a month into their insurance and just have something when they get 18, maybe they can take that $1,000 or 15,000 and just worry about the first year of school or go to a trade
Mhm.
school. So yes, that's important, and that is at the center of the beauty industry. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care if they're doing Mary J. Blige hair. They're doing celebrity stylists. Financial literacy is the downfall of our community.
Mhm. Yes. Woo! Let's give it up for Roselynn, Glam Goddess, Pink. Yes, great story, great journey. Yes, very inspiring. Very inspiring. I always got to twist her arm to get her to commit to doing something, but when she comes, she is always a bombshell. Leave no stone unturned. So I'm just very
Yeah.
thankful, grateful, inspired. Inspired, man. I'm just so happy. We are some dynamic people. We are destined. We are in greatness, not destined for greatness. We're living in greatness right now.
And I just
We
want
are
to add
living.
this plug, because you know how Black people add the plug. You know how
Yeah, go, go, go.
So I will have a summer
Oh yeah, I
girls
forgot about
team wellness camp, and one of our focuses will be financial literacy. And
that.
Brittany or Aaliyah, whichever schedule allow, will be bringing that to us, along with some wellness stuff, some etiquette stuff, and I'll also be working with the Future Leaders Academy. So if you have younger girls, I'm pushing for ages 14 to 18, but I'm thinking about bringing it down to 12 to 18, because I feel like that middle school year is important, that 6th to 8th grade. So stay on the lookout for that, and it's free. It's free. It'll be once a week in June to July. And we're kicking that off, and we're gonna have some wealth builders information for younger kids, and how you can get them set up for their financial future. And we'll have some information from the Future Leaders Academy on activities that they can be in outside of school. And the other two people, that the other person presenting, will get them learning AI younger and younger, because you may need some interns for your business for people that's on this call. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and I wanted to thank my girl Brittany for hype me up, hype your bestie up. So
We just got into it earlier, so don't worry about it. Over technology. Anyways, um, awesome night. See y'all next week. I'm uploading all these videos onto YouTube, so y'all can go to the YouTube channel and y'all be able to see all this stuff. So I ain't got to send it out every time. So everything is gonna be uploaded into YouTube. I'm doing that tonight. God be with me. Entrepreneurship is hard, but somebody got to do it. We got to empower our people. So love you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, everybody on the line. And y'all have a
Good night.
wonderful.
All right,
God
I'm gonna
bless
call
you.
you in a minute, Aaliyah.
Good night. Oh, okay. All right. Good night, y'all.
About closer to 9.
Yeah, 9-ish, 9:30.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, that's cool.
Look at her building wealth in the background. Look
Yeah.
at her wealth building. Look
That's
at her.
it.
Look at her. Got wealth on the mind, honey. All right. Have a good night,
Hey, I
y'all.
gotta
Love
figure out
y'all.
how to lead this on my laptop.
Bye.